Welcome to part 3 of our WorldCat Discovery tutorial presented by the University of Mount Olive Moy Library. In this video we will be looking at Moy Library accounts and lists. From the Moy Library homepage, you may access your Moy Library account by clicking on the link labeled Sign In to Library Account in the top right of the Search Moy and Beyond form. Note that you do not have to sign into your library account to access WorldCat Discovery. Once you have clicked Sign In to Library Account, you will be directed to the UMO login page, where you will use your Moodle credentials. Now that you are signed in, you should be taken to the User Portal. This will show you information on any books you may have checked out. There is a Renew Items button, but Moy Library does not have that feature activated. You may request a renewal in person, by live chat, email, or phone. Another feature of your account is that you can save a search. Let's perform the search Climate Change. On the results page, click the button labeled Save Search in the top right above the results. A pop-up box titled Save Search will appear with your search parameters, and you can click the button labeled Save at the bottom right of the pop-up box. There will be another pop-up box reviewing your saved search with two buttons at the bottom labeled Close or View Saved Searches. Let's click Close. Now let's go to the very top right of the page and click on Account, which is under your name, and then click on Saved Searches. This will take us back to the user portal with the Save Searches tab open. The Save Searches tab now has one item showing. You may revisit the search by clicking on the search title, which is a link. Under the Profile tab, you will find the email address that Moy Library will use to contact you. This will be your UMO email address. If it is incorrect, you may contact Moy Library with the correct information. Now, let's look at creating a list. You may create a list when you aren't logged in to your Moy Library account, but the list will disappear after you end your session in WorldCat Discovery. We will look at how to create, save, and access those lists. First, let's go back to our basic search for climate change. We will use the first item as an example. You will find the button labeled Save above the item's title in either the item's entry on the results page or the item's page itself. Let's click the Save button in the item's entry on the results page. Now we will click on the link labeled Saved Items 1 below the Save Search button. This will take us to the My Items page. The item list on this page is a temporary list even though you are logged into your account. In order to save the items permanently to a list, you must create a personal list for the item. So let's create a list for a research project. Click the button labeled Create List to the right of the Select All Items checkbox. A form labeled Create a Personal List page will appear. The first text box is for the name of the list. Let's enter the required list name as Climate Change. You may or may not input a list description as it is not required. We're going to leave the list description blank. There is also a slider labeled Private, which we can make the list private or shareable. Let's move the slider so that we can share the list. Below the form, there is the item list where our one item is already checked, so let's go ahead and click the form's Save button. We are taken back to the My Items page where there is a green box indicating that the list Climate Change was created. Notice that the item that was in the temporary list is now gone as it resides in the Climate Change list. Let's go back to the original search and save the second item on the results page and then click on the Saved Items link again. Since the climate change list is already created, we will click on the button labeled Move. A pop-up box titled Move Records will appear. Then we will select the radio button for the list Climate Change. Then click on the button labeled Select List at the bottom of the pop-up box. Now, from the search results page, you may get to your lists by clicking My Account in the top right and then clicking on Saved Lists. Let's click on Climate Change to open the list page. We find that we can email the list, cite selected items, move selected items, and delete selected items. You may also edit or delete the list as a whole. Thank you for watching. For more information or help concerning library services, please visit umo.edu/library.